What's up, y'all? It's Ty. In this video today, we've got to take a look at the auction house in college football 25 because right now, it's an absolute disaster. And as we dive into it, guys, if you are new to the channel, man, make sure to smash that subscribe button as we're on the road towards, I don't even know, what, 5,000 subscribers. I really do appreciate every single one of you guys and all of your support. So right now, everything is so overpriced. And I'm not even talking about Ollie Gordon. I'm not talking about Jalen Ramsey. I'm not talking about Mariota. That's not the guys I'm talking about. I'm talking about all of the guys like a Judkins, like a Jonah Monheim. Why? Because these cards are glitched. There's been multiple glitched packs within these cards. And I mean, everybody is basically trying to sell them for their price floor as it stands right now. Now, yes, yesterday EA did lower the price floors. I think these cards were way more expensive the other day. I know Judkins was like 1.4 million the other day. Now he's 510,000 coins. So, I mean, prices have gone down. And obviously, you know, if you want, you can buy him for 510. But the supply and demand are not meeting each other. And it's a problem because for these season 1 cards, I just don't know what the answer is truly going to be. Like, you've got some of the best cards in the game that are just so basically overprinted right now, and there's no answer for it. Because for the guys like myself, and I did the glitch, obviously, for the packs. I've got so many of these cards, and obviously I hope some of my Will Johnsons sell. Obviously, I hope either one of my Colin Olivers eventually sell. But in the game right now, there's so many more of these cards than there are people that want to buy them. And I even if, you know, EA took the price for out, you'd see these prices dip way down, maybe to be like 100,000 coins. It would really dip because of the supply of them. But it's just kind of a tough situation because even if you look at Luther Burdon, for example, let's go to a 90 overall, the only 90 overall in the game. There are so many Luther Burdons up, so many, all of them for 810 coins, every single one of them. And what can EA really do about this? If they, again, remove price floors altogether, you're going to see just so many of these cards going for cheap. If they keep them, they're not going to sell. This is why, in my opinion, like, pack glitches just kind of can't happen. But one thing I do like about this is you see some of these other cards going for maybe cheaper than they would otherwise. When I look at Mike Evans, I see the second best wide receiver in the game, and 250 coins is a lot. But I think you would see, and this is just me, if Luther Burdon wasn't overprinted, I think he would be even more expensive, maybe like 300, 400 coins. Now, for example, if they moved the price floor or if they removed it for Luther Burdon, you'd see Mike Evans get even cheaper. It's a good example for Kendricks as well, the best middle linebacker in the game. But guess what? We've got so many other linebackers that are really, really good as well. And if somebody has Oliver, if somebody has Abdul Carter, and they're not selling, I mean, what's really the point of adding Kendricks to your squad as well? Like, even for me, obviously, I'm going to try to sell Schuler. Sonny Styles probably going to try to sell as well. I've got Jalen McLeod, who's a stud. I need to sell him as well. But for me, let's say I've got Oliver. Let's say I've got, you know, obviously the Abdul Carter. Let's start with those two. If I've got both of these guys, Abdul Carter and Colin Oliver, and then I try to go from there. So I've already got those linebackers. And then, do I need Kendricks as well? Like, there needs to be a point of it's like, okay, you've already got these two. Do you really even need Kendricks at that point? I could use the other two and be just fine. But what I would like to maybe see happen is EA find a way to you know, just slowly lower the price floor where there's still one, but that some of these cards are selling. Because right now, these season 1 cards, simply put, just aren't selling. Especially if you have like a Colin Oliver, especially if you have like an Abdul Carter, they are just simply not selling right now. These right side, outside linebackers, if you pulled them out of the pack glitch, out of either of the glitches so far, or even if you have them, they probably will never sell for 318,000 coins. And so if you're like me and you have a bunch of them, or not a bunch, but a few of them, what do you do? Sell them for training? Like, I don't know, because they are not going to sell. Obviously, if I'm you guys and still trying to build a budget squad, I'm trying to do it with cheap cards. I'm not trying to, you know, go for that home run. I'm trying to build it through cheap cards. until, you need those really good cards. But even if you want an, 80 overall quarterback, guys, right now, you're looking at 14,000 coins. That's too much, in my opinion. That's not what meets the eye to me. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I don't understand what's going on here. But even if you look at this guy right here in Hunter, everybody's trying to sell him for 10.7, and he's not selling. So that's, for me, I don't like price floors, and in general, I think, EA is trying to control it a little too much. But from their side, I get it. Everybody's doing the pack glitch. They don't want people to be making a ridiculous amount of coins, or those cards being the best cards in the game selling for cheap either. So I get it. I just don't know if there's, a right way to do things. Again, my squad is absolutely elite. I love my squad. I think it's such a complete squad all the way around. It just comes at like, I need some of my guys to sell. At the end of the day, I need some of my guys to sell so my team continues to get better. But I just don't think they're going to sell. And that's where I'm at with the auction house. You know what? My Will Johnson, the best cornerback in the game by far. His value is probably more than 500K. Genuinely. But the problem is he's so overprinted right now. Like, Will Johnson is better than Jalen Ramsey. If you compare the two cards, and I love Jalen Ramsey as well, Will Johnson is quite a bit better than Jalen Ramsey. But when you look at the supply and demand of things, Jalen Ramsey is so much more rare than Will Johnson. And so when you look at the prices, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. And again, I don't know what EA's right way to do things are, but why is Jalen Ramsey the same price as Will Johnson? Will Johnsons aren't going to sell right now for the most part. Jalen Ramsey's probably are going to sell. It's just kind of the supply and demand thing. And EA has to eventually try to figure it out. There's no make right for this. It's not like they can give everybody one of those season 1 cards because, people have actually spent a lot of money on these packs. Like, even for myself, yes, I have a good team. Yes, I have a lot of great cards, but I've also spent my fair share of money on this game. So again, I don't know if there's a right or wrong way to do things. What I do know is the auction house is kind of a disaster right now. For myself, what is my goal? Well, I've got enough coins right now that I'm going to try to maybe add some guys to the squad. Obviously, upgrade Malik Neighbors. Obviously, Brown can maybe be that wide receiver 3 behind Neighbors. But then I do want a guy like Mike Evans. I want to improve my squad, but it's just like, is Mike Evans' price going to go down if the price floors get removed? I don't know. It just, I feel like right now puts the community in a tough position. Like, do you want to spend your coins? Do you want to save your coins? What is the best thing to do right now? What I would recommend is still be patient with the market, especially if you're not going to play champs this weekend, especially if you're not going to play the gauntlet this weekend. There's no reason for you guys to in my opinion, spend your coins right now. Save your coins. See what does come from them. And you know what? If you do want to add any of these ultimate alumni, try to snipe them. Without the pack glitch, I genuinely don't think we would have price floors right now in college football. But with the glitch happening, EA's trying to figure things out, and I just don't know if they're doing things the right way. Let me know your thoughts on the auction house. Hopefully in a week or so, things can settle down. Drop a like on it, subscribe if you're new, and as always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.